start with this. I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to share with you guys what I've got and, a little bit of, what's working in the industry as a whole, not just, within what we're doing, not just within the health and wellness space, but overall in the industry. And a lot of the stuff that I'm going to be talking about today and training on today is actually coming from a mastermind that Heidi and myself have been a part of for quite a while now. We went out to Eric Worre. If you guys know who Eric Worre is, he's a close friend of ours, and we were at one of his masterminds, and he was talking about a lot of the stuff I'm going to be kind of opening today with about what's happening in the industry, what's working in the industry, what you can expect. Because one thing that I will tell you guys, without a doubt, I believe that there is one huge problem inside of the network marketing space that is really hindering the industry. And if you guys are aware, you would be aware if you've been on any of my overviews or presentations, but the industry as a whole is not doing so hot. It's struggling. Companies are selling left and right. Companies are closing their doors. They're turning into full affiliate models, which just simply means that they're pulling the rug out from underneath their teams and the people in the field that built their business, right? And so the industry right now is struggling, but I believe one of the biggest reasons why it is struggling is because we are notorious inside of this space for creating false expectations. And here's the reality. Nobody will ever quit the business, your business, this business, the industry, a company, if their expectations were actually met, right? So I'm going to be talking about a lot of that stuff, but let me go ahead and tell you guys, a little bit of who I am just real quick because you guys don't see me very often on AM Powers. And so I'm very honored to be here, very excited to train on this call because I don't get to do it a whole lot. And but my name's Miles Stallard. I've been in the network marketing direct selling space for over a decade now, just over 10 years. And it's been an incredible experience. Made millions of dollars, built teams of over 200,000 business partners, and I just love the industry. I love the space. It's allowed us to do a lot of amazing things. I've learned a lot from the space, but it's I believe it's the most incredible industry in the world if it is built right, if you are in the right company. And I'm here to tell you guys, you are in the right company. Just over the year leading up to me finding Vital Health, I will tell you, I evaluated well over 100 different companies inside of the space. And whenever I say evaluated, I mean like really broke down every company that was even worth looking at inside of the network marketing space before I made the decision that there is no doubt in my mind that Vital Health is by far the most powerful company I've ever seen inside of network marketing in the 10 years that I've been deeply involved inside of the space, right? We have a lot of advantages here, and I'm going to kind of open up with that because I think it's really important when you're talking about recruiting and when you're talking to other people, about Vital Health. What does set us apart? What are the things that really sets us apart in the industry compared to most of the things out there? And the main thing being what I talk about in every presentation is, y'all, we're based out of Mexico. We own our entire facilities, manufacturing, everything done in-house, right? That is a huge advantage because we're able to do a lot of things that other companies can't do. We have the highest quality products where people can actually afford our products. I believe network marketing as a whole has fantastic products, but the reality is they're expensive. Most people cannot afford network marketing products, right? So we're able to do that, but we're also able to create a compensation plan that is so ridiculously lucrative that no other company can have a comp plan that pays out the way that we pay out because they do their manufacturing in companies like the USA, right? Or they outsource everything, right? When you do that, when you have to outsource, you're paying all these third parties to do your manufacturing, to do your labs, to do to own your real estate, right? The logistics, all the stuff, you're paying all these third parties. Therefore, that's taking money out of your piggy bank or the company's piggy bank. To be able to create a high paying compensation plan or high quality products at affordable prices, right? So being based out of Mexico has given us a lot of advantages, but something that you guys already know is we've got something else here that's very special, and that's just the culture. It's the community that we've been able to create. It's the systems that we've been able to create. And we've got something here. I think that we can all agree on is just absolutely freaking beautiful. It's an incredible company. It's an incredible culture, incredible people. And what's interesting, if you look at the leaders here, it's interesting because we all come from different backgrounds. Most companies inside of the space are built off of mostly one company kind of switching over from one company to the next company, right? And so, like, for instance, I built in a company for 8 years, had tons of success, so crazy amount of respect for the company that I came from. And the company that built that company was actually a company called ACN. If you guys have ever heard of that company, great company, great culture, great training, all that stuff. That was all carried over to the company that I came from, and with that, it was that whole company was built off of that one company. But here with Vital Health, we're all coming from all over the industry with different ideas, with different backgrounds, with different skill sets and philosophies. And we're merging this all together to create something that really has never been created before in network marketing that I personally have ever seen. And with that being said, look at the growth that we're having. 2023, 4 million, 2024, over 40 million, 2025, over 100 million as what we're tracking on. Almost 9 million just last month, which is just absolutely incredible. So shout out to this team and the leaders and really the corporate team, the HQ team, and everybody that's here. So I just wanted to kind of point, a few of those things out because, being able to build in a company in a wide open market with the foundation already established, y'all. I mean, we are sitting on an absolute gold mine in any which way you look at it. I truly believe we have the holy grail of all network marketing scenarios. So these are some good bullet points whenever you're talking to somebody that sets us apart. Because I will tell you guys, it's very rare that I talk to somebody, especially if they understand network marketing. It's like it never happens, right? So I talk to somebody, they understand network marketing, I tell them these bullet points, they jump all over it. Because if you understand the industry, if you understand the space, it's undeniable what we have. So it's important to know these bullet points. It's important to know these facts whenever you're talking to people, right? But let's talk about us as individuals as we're building what is working inside of the space, what's working inside of network marketing, and what works here, right? First and foremost is quantity over quality. Okay, we oftentimes get really stuck with this idea of I'm going to wait, I'm going to push it off because it's not perfect, it's not there yet, it's not where I want it to be. I'm waiting for this, I'm waiting for that. Here's the reality, guys. It's never going to be absolutely perfect. Okay, and very important to know is you always want to strike while the iron is hot. Always want to strike while the iron is hot. You do not want to procrastinate. Procrastination is the thief of opportunity. Procrastination makes you think, hey, if I put it off, it's going to be better later. If I put it off now, I have more time to do it later. If I do this, whatever it may be, I want to tell you guys, do not let quality overtake quantity, meaning by let's go through the numbers, right? Not just from sales and recruiting and stuff like that, but quantity over everything, right? More conversations, more presentations, more people, more sales, more relationships, more everything. Because quality is going to come with the more action somebody takes, right? So don't hold yourself back because you're waiting for quality, whether it's quality within your business, whether it's like you're focused more on bigger leaders. Guys, go through the numbers. Quantity over quality, more everything. And my question to you is, what is on your daily method of operation? What is on your daily goal? Do you have a daily goal of what you are shooting for every single day? Right? Do you have a quota that you have on yourself that you absolutely, without a doubt, must hit every single day? So many people get inside of the space, inside of the industry, and they treat it very, very casually. My mentor once said, if you treat the business casually, you will have casualties. Okay. And I think it's really important that everybody kind of lives on this philosophy because y'all, this is not a casual business. If you treat it like that, it's going to pay you like that. If you treat it like a hobby, it's going to pay you like a hobby. And the reality is hobbies cost money. They don't make money, right? If you want this business to take you to where I know you want it to take you, because otherwise you would not be on this call right now if you did not want to take this as far as you possibly could, right? If you want this to pay you like a multi-million dollar business like it does for so many of us, you have to treat it like a multi-million dollar business. Okay. You can't come into this thing and just kind of, 1 foot in, 1 foot out, talk to somebody, every single day, maybe two people a day, and just kind of casually build this. Because if you do that, it's not going to work. Too many people get into this business in this industry praying and hoping and really building with the idea of getting lucky. Like you can't have that kind of mindset of, hey, I'm going to go into this and man, I hope I get lucky here by talking to one or two people, and I hope one of those two people build the business, come in and just absolutely blow it up, and you get rich off of bringing in one rock star, right? You can't have that kind of mentality because the reality it's not going to happen, right? You have to have the mentality of I'm going to be that rock star, I'm going to be that person that comes in and absolutely knocks this thing out of the park. So um, that's that. So be that person, be aggressive, and have that daily goal that you absolutely must have. Because again, when you look at any industry in the world, I use car sales all the time whenever I talk about this subject because it's so interesting to me because I have a buddy, he's in car sales. And the reality, he's not even a salesman at all. He just recently got into auto sales, and he's selling like 30 cars a month. He is selling a car literally every single day. And it is so crazy to me because that's a 30 plus $1,000 liability. Okay. And he's selling one almost every single day. And my question to all of us, including myself, is how come a car salesman can sell 30 cars in a month? That's a $30,000 liability, but yet we struggle in network marketing selling, let's say at the highest pack or elite pack, a $1,200 um, asset. Like we're selling something that costs $1,200 that pays somebody money, right? Like we are selling an asset for $1,200, and yet he's selling a $30,000 liability. He's selling one every single day, but yet we struggle to sell one per month, one per week. If we're selling something that is as good as just the logical numbers, right? It's a $1,200 asset that can potentially pay somebody millions and millions of dollars. The reality is we should be selling that to every single person that we come across. Like it should not be hard. But here's the difference. When you're in car sales or auto sales, you have a boss. It's a job. Meaning, if you don't make that sell, if you don't meet whatever quota that your boss has on you, you get fired, right? But in network marketing, you don't have a boss. See, this is where we all, including myself, we struggle at being our own boss. We have to be good at holding ourselves accountable and being non-negotiable. Like we have to be able to go to bed every single night, when we're brushing our teeth, look ourselves in the mirror and say, hey, man, for the work that I did today, would I have hired myself or would I have fired myself for the work that I put in today? Now, if you can get really good at that and get really good at following a DMO and being just absolutely relentless on what your daily schedule is, because I know a lot of you guys are doing this as a part-time business. Now, if you are doing this full-time, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, if you're doing this full-time, there is no excuse in the world not to be doing 5 to 10 presentations per day. Like you should be introducing this entire business to 5 to 10 people every single day if you are doing this full time. If you're doing this part time, at least 2 people a day. There's no excuse not to, really. Now again, I'm not here to beat the dead horse. I'm not here to like to beat you down and stuff like that. But guys, the business is not hard. It's just a matter and the willingness to do what you already know you need to do, right? And I believe a lot of the things that holds us back in regards to this is simply just our comfort zone. When you have a boss saying, hey, if you don't do this or that and you're fired, your comfort zone kind of goes out the window because you don't have a choice, right? Same thing here is you got to be willing to get out of your comfort zone and do the things that you know you need to do, right? So, two things. Don't procrastinate, get out of your comfort zone, take massive, massive action, okay? And start holding yourself accountable to what you know you need to do to build this business. Don't push things off, don't hesitate. Don't make up excuses for yourself, but get really good at being your own boss, right? Get really good at holding yourself accountable, because once you can master that, you can take this business anywhere you want it to go. Because even if you're not good, because here's one thing that I hear people train on and talk about all the time, and I'm just going to be completely 100% honest with you guys, okay? We're not all created equal when it comes to network marketing. Some people are really good presenters. Some people are really good at sales. Okay, some people are really good at building relationships. Some people are really good leaders, right? Some people are really good trainers. We're all different when it comes to this business. But here's what's powerful about what we have here, especially with One Team with Vital Health, is we build this thing together. So what you lack, you can make up with your team. What you lack in skill, you can simply make up in numbers. This is why I say quality or quantity over quality, because quantity builds quality, right? Like quantity, the numbers you put in, the action you take builds your skill set in this business. See, a lot of people come into this thing and they want to get better, but they're spending all their time jumping on these AM powers. They're spending all their time jumping on the Saturday trainings. They're jumping on one-on-one meetings with leaders and trying to get coaching and stuff like that. And yeah, that's all great. You can do all the training in the world. You can take all the notes in the world. But the reality is, you will only get better at this business by actually building the business. You will only get better at this business by making the post, by making the content, by starting the conversations, by building the relationships. You're only going to get better by presenting the information. It's another really good point that I want to challenge everybody on here. We have a lot of people on this call right now. I want to challenge all of you guys to learn the presentation. You don't have to learn the presentation because you're going to do it on our discovery, vital call, tonight. That's not why I'm saying it. I'm saying you need to learn the presentation because it does a multitude of things, right? Like my business, my entire life, by the way, changed the day that David Nieves made me do my very first presentation almost 10 years ago. Actually, over 10 years ago. And I don't know if you guys have ever heard this story. It's one of my favorite stories in network marketing because it literally changed my entire life, not just my business. But he made me do my first presentation. Y'all, I changed my major in college because I was scared to do a 1 minute speech in front of only 8 people. All I had to do in college was say who I was, where I was from, what my major was. I literally walked into the counselor's office, changed my major because I did not want to be in a public speaking class because I was terrified of public speaking. And then I got into network marketing. David said, hey, you're doing the front half of the presentation. I said, no way, no how. I will never do that. He said, well, if you're not going to do it, the 30 people that are here waiting on you to do the presentation are not going to get a presentation because I'm not going to do the back half if you don't do the front half. So he made me do the front half of the presentation. Worst presentation I've ever done in my life. All I did was read the slides. I did the whole thing in like less than 2 minutes. There's pictures on it. My mom will talk about it to this day. She was embarrassed. To this day, she's embarrassed for me for that presentation because it was that bad. But here's what it did. It forced me to get out of my comfort zone, and it taught me the power of getting out of my comfort zone. And it changed my entire life, y'all. But here's what's powerful about learning the presentation. When you know the presentation, you know what you're talking about. When you know the presentation, you're confident when you're talking to other people. See, confidence, conviction, right? And your boldness and your belief in this when you're talking to people is what sells people. If you can't do a solid presentation to yourself, to your wife, to your husband, to your kids, if you can't do a presentation to yourself in the mirror, you will never have the confidence to ever take this business where you need it to be. Like, you have to be able to be confident in what you're talking about. So learn the presentation, because everything you need to know about this business that somebody could ask you is most likely going to be in the presentation. And even if it's not, like I said, you have your leadership, you have your team. Call anybody, jump on three-way calls. That's what we do. We do this thing together. Don't try to do this on your own. To this day, I do not try to do this business on my own. When I have a leader, when I have somebody I'm bringing in, I get them connected to David. I get them connected to the other leaders within my organization, because third parties work here, right? Okay, the other thing that I want to leave you guys with, because I know we're out on time. Couple things. Man, I got a lot. I might need to do another AM power soon. Okay, something I wanted to leave you guys with. Take action before you're ready. Number one. Okay, this is the cycle that everybody needs to be running on. Okay, number one, take action before you are ready. The most successful people in the world jump off the cliff, they build their wings on the way down. Again, do not wait for things to be perfect to move. Start moving, create the perfection as you're going. Take action before you're ready. Number two, learn from it, because there's going to be a lot of learning. Do it again, but do it better. And then last, you repeat. Take the action before you're ready, learn from the action that you took, do it again, but do it better because of what you've learned, and keep repeating that cycle. Your business is based off of the success of your business is based off of how many times you repeat that cycle. Take the action, learn from that action, repeat. Take the action, learn from the action, do it again, but better, repeat. Do it over and over and over. And then the last thing I want to leave y'all with before my next AM Power, because I'm fired up right now, I want to do another training. Focusing on the right numbers, the key numbers that matter, okay? These key numbers are, number one, core rank. Core rank being silver, 2,500 in volume. That is the rank you need to get people to, right? How many silvers are you creating within your team and within your organization? Okay, that needs to be the goal. You know, bronze, silvers, whatever. Just get people to that core rank. Okay, and then the thing that I want to talk about is recruiting. Okay, there's something called a super recruiter, and these are just statistically some numbers I talk about all the time, because I think learning this, it really lit a light bulb in my mind on just, again, expectations, right? Talk about this all the time, but 70% of people that come into network marketing never recruit anybody. Just statistically speaking, across the board, 70%, meaning 7 out of 10 people that come into the business will never bring anybody into the business, okay? 20% will bring in 1 to 2 people. 5% will bring in 3 to 5. 3% will bring in 6 to 9, and only 2% of people that join the network marketing industry will bring in 10 or more business partners. Eric Worre says that your business is based off of that 2%. We call that super recruiters. People that have recruited 10 or more people. So my goal for everybody that is on this call today, okay, if you have not reached the super recruiter status, meaning you have not brought in 10 people into this business, that needs to be your goal. Like, your goal is, I am going to be a super recruiter. I'm going to jump into that 2%, because that 2%, people that are bringing in 10 or more, that is what's going to continuously build your business and build you up. The average person, by the way, the average super recruiter has 27 recruits. 27 recruits, that's the average. Some people have thousands. I asked on a MLM platform the other day, how many people there's like 100,000 people in the group. And I said, how many people have you personally recruited? A lot of people were 10, 5, 20, 50. But guys, there's people out there that have recruited over thousands of people, right? It's just that's wild, absolutely wild. But these are just some numbers that you want to pay attention to, right? You want to keep going through the numbers. You want to keep repeating the process. Get out of your comfort zone. Do not procrastinate and just take massive action. Hold yourself accountable. This business is the furthest thing from rocket science. It's the easiest business in the world, y'all. That's why you're able to do it as a part-time business and make money. But the hardest part about this business is the fact that it is so simple. It is so easy. We tend to overcomplicate. We tend to make it harder than it is, right? It's so simple. What's easy to do is also easy not to do, right? We know, hey, I need to do is have 10 conversations today, but it's like, I can just do it tomorrow. I can just do it the next day. It's a little uncomfortable. I haven't talked to that person in a while. This is what I'm talking about. Get out of your comfort zone, take massive action, and have an absolute must goal every single day that you hold yourself accountable to. And just be relentless with that. Y'all, we have our hands on truly the holy grail of network marketing scenarios. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. Without a doubt in my mind, I can promise you, if you do not treat this business the way that you know you need to be treating this business, you will regret it here. You will regret. I truly do not think we will ever have an opportunity to create the network marketing dream the way that you have it here. It's just, it does not exist. It's the whole reason why I'm in Vital Health, because the network marketing dream is more than possible for anybody that actually tries here. But if you do not try, you're going to look back on this and you're going to say, man, if I would have just taken the action that Shanley did, if I would have just taken the action that Michelle or Helen, if I just would have taken the action that they took, last year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years, 10 years ago, if I would have did what they did, I would be where they are at. But I chose to stay in my comfort zone. I chose to kind of casually build this business. I chose not to go all in with it. And now I'm paying the price. And that's not a fear tactic. I'm not trying to like fear of loss you, but I'm trying to be real with you, because we won't have this opportunity this good forever. Y'all, we are brand new to the United States. We are in full blown momentum. Like, we're not a perfect company, but it's getting better and better and better and better and better every single day. And you have the culture, you have the team, you have the system, you have everything that you could possibly need to build a multi million-dollar business for you and your family and your team. So thank you guys so much for being on AM Power this morning. If you guys need anything at all, you guys know where to find me. I am all over the place. I love you guys. God bless. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And don't forget, tonight we have our overview. And it's me. I'm doing the overview tonight. So pack the house. And I will see you guys later on this evening, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. And let's go change the world. Vital Health.